For Barbie Dream Fest were expecting this. Instead, they received...
The inflatable bee is deflating. There's no music again.
It was just so much emptiness.
We clear, ready to transmit. Pro fan hoops on the court, we got the game lit. Not talking highlight reels just for the common glance. We talking dedicated skills, taking every chance. From logo threes to rebounds, Chicago got the me-bounds. Asia got 3 chips, Las Vegas aces in the town. You tune into the channel if you want to get the facts. Women's basketball is fire, no need to relax.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, do your homework. You must do your homework. By now, you've heard the information coming out about Barbie Dream Fest and how Angel Reese was ultimately embarrassed. It was 15 to 20 people only that showed up. Nobody was there. She ought to be embarrassed. Where are her fans? Hold on. No. There is plenty of criticism to go around when it comes to professional athletes. However, if there is none, don't bring none. So you got the Angel Reese haters. They came out like wolves to raw meat. When they found out Angel Reese was supposed to be there, nobody showed up. Oh my God, everything flipped. This was an Angel Reese event. Nobody showed up. That's why don't nobody that likes her and this, and that's what she gets the whole time out. Slow down, man. Slow down. Do your homework. This was not, I repeat, this was not an Angel Reese event. Her people did not create this. She was a paid speaker at said event. Just like Venus Williams was a paid speaker at said event. Just like Marlee Matlin was a paid speaker at this event. I'm positive y'all know who Venus Williams is. Y'all might not know who Marlee Matlin is. That might be before y'all time. She was an actress, white woman that was an actress, but she was known because she was deaf. And every time she was on television, she played a deaf character that was signing and everything like that. And she was always pretty good. I know who she is, but she might be a little bit older for a younger audience. But in any case, they had a roster of celebrities and actors, actresses, athletes that were scheduled to speak. This was not Angel Reese's Barbie event. But that's how everybody's going in. And like I said, there is always plenty of criticism to go around, but you got to keep it 100. You got to keep it 100. And all of these guys, and you know who you are, you know what it is. I've had plenty of times, and I'm not even going to say I'm guilty of it. When I see something from Angel Reese that I don't like, I will criticize or I will give my opinion. Usually, if it's basketball related and I see something on the court, that is criticism. Anything else is my opinion. If I don't like what she said, that's my opinion. If I don't like what she did, that's my opinion. But I'm going to at least base it. I'm not going to lie on the girl. And that's what everybody doing. All them Angel Reese haters. And me as a Caitlin Clark fan, I know what they say. I know who they are. And I know what they do. You got to keep it real. And I've said this many times before. I am a Caitlin Clark fan, but that don't mean I cannot like Angel Reese. I said it last year. If y'all crashing out because of her me bounds, find somebody that can stop her. But this is an out and out lie. They are lying on her. This was not an Angel Reese event. This was a Barbie event that was some bullshit. And everybody is comparing it to the Fyre Fest. You remember that a couple years ago? They're comparing it to, it was a similar event in Glasgow, Scotland. Shout out to my Glaswegians. Where it was supposed to be like a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory type thing. And the same thing. It was pumped up to be this big thing, and it turned out it was some bullshit. If anything, Angel Reese is guilty of her team not doing their due diligence, not doing their homework. But I'm going to guess that they sold them that you're going to have all of these people, showing up, and it'll be a good event. I'm sure they had the best intentions, or I hope it wasn't a scam. It doesn't sound like it was a scam because I'm seeing information on Mattel's website. So Mattel was involved with this. And I've seen where they're trying to give people a full refund.
Saying in a statement, we will be providing full refunds to everyone who purchased tickets.
And the organizers of the Barbie Dream Fest did follow through on the promise of celebrity appearances. Tennis star Serena Williams was there. WNBA star Angel Reese as well. They stopped by to speak about female empowerment. So that was good.
But guess what? You can't refund the people that travel down there and paid to travel, paid to stay in a hotel. You can't refund that money, but you can refund the tickets they bought. This thing was like $300-400 for the full weekend and the full experience. And it looked like some bullshit. They had a huge location, a big warehouse, and they had stuff scattered around and nobody in there. If anybody's ever been, I live in a place down here in South Jersey where there are a lot of flea markets. And if you've ever been to a flea market where nobody's there, if you ever go to a flea market like on a Wednesday or something like that, a Tuesday or Wednesday, nobody's there. That's what it looked like. They had all of this space. They had a couple of vendors. They had a couple of things set up. And you could tell it was some bullshit. But what it wasn't was a Angel Reese event. So people need to get off of that. And anybody that's pumping it or creating content like it was, you're lying. If you don't like Angel Reese, that's cool. That is your opinion. But you still ain't got to lie on her. So all them people putting out there like Angel Reese had a failure of an event, nobody showed up, blah, blah, blah. Do your homework. And guess what? You ain't got to look too deep. All you got to do is read a couple of articles. If this was Angel Reese's event, I'm on the Barbie Dream Fest website, barbiedreamfest.com. It don't say shit about Angel Reese on here. Because if this was her event, her face would be all over this. This don't say nothing about Angel Reese. And this is on their website. So keep it 100. You got to keep it real. Stop with the lies. Stop with the content bashing, talking about this was her event and it was a failure because it was her event. Stop with that. Stop with that. Because if that was the case, I'm still saying Venus Williams is a bigger name than Angel Reese. And didn't nobody show up for Venus Williams either. But you're not saying that it was a Venus Williams failed event. The only problem is because Angel Reese has got the moniker of Bayou Barbie. You put two and two together. I understand how you could come to that conclusion like it was her event, but it wasn't. All you got to do is read the stories. All you got to do is watch the videos. But everybody want to go in. Everybody want to bring the knives out to try to cut the young lady down. It's all right if you don't like her. It's all right if you're not a fan of Angel Reese, but don't lie on the girl. Don't do that. That's some bullshit.